welcome to my channel. My name is Doodle Robot, and today we're going to look at Faber Castell Goldfaber pencils. I bought 12 to try, so I wasn't planning on, liking a new pencil or anything, and I don't know that I like it yet. We'll see. We're going to do some tests. I have different color pencils off to one side over here, and over here I have different coloring books, so we're going to test. We're going to do some side-to-side comparisons and see how we like them. But I've recently had to travel to a city 2.5 hours away to get some medical procedures done. I went there 4 times. So in Michaels, though, I discovered that Michaels doesn't really carry a lot of high-quality artist materials anymore, oddly. Just a few select things. Not like it used to. But next to Prismacolors, were these Goldfaber pencils. They're open stock, which I like open stock, so that's a win. But on a whim, I took one out and I just swirled around and was playing with it on the ink pad to test the markers, and oh, they went down so smoothly, and I was like, what? I got a Prismacolor out and I tested on the same paper, and it was not as smooth. Now, this was a very slick paper, so maybe that helped. I didn't buy. I figured I'd go home and do some research and come back and maybe buy. I believe they have 12, 24, 36, and 48 counts. They don't go above 48, so that's kind of a negative, but because we all like a bunch of colors, right? But, I'm pretty picky about my colored pencils. I like Prismacolor. That's pretty much it. Everything else is, second tier compared to Prismacolors in my mind. You may differ, and that's fine. So, I gave them a test. I did the research, and the research online spoke about how smooth and buttery and creamy they are. Not as creamy as Prismacolor, but they said they were, kind of good in second place there. I do have some Faber Castell. I have the Polychromos, which I like, but I don't like. So I see why people like them. They layer so gorgeously. They glaze beautifully. I get it. It's not unbeknownst to me how to do that. But they're hard on my hand. And, my Crayolas, I'm actually toying with getting rid of my Crayolas because they're just too hard on my wrist, elbow, and really it all boils down to my shoulder, which seems to be affected by coloring somehow, strangely. So we're going to open them. I took the plastic off already, so you didn't have to see me struggle with that. But we're going to open them, and we're going to do some side-by-side tests. And I had a piece of paper out, which we'll start with. So I'm going to zoom you down, and I've got my various colored pencils over here, so we'll look at those two against them, although that's blocking the light, so maybe we shouldn't put that there. All right, we'll just leave it there. I'm going to scooch down a bit so we can sit down. I haven't even opened the thing or sharpened them or anything. So there may be sharpening noise in this video. Sorry for that, if we have to sharpen them. So this pack was on sale at my Walmart. Comes with, propaganda. Very pretty. I like that they're quite thin. So this pack comes with a white and a black. So if I opt to get the 48 set, I'll have a double white and black. That will be good. We're not going to test the white probably today, but let's color with our various colors here a little bit. Oh, let me get the right glasses on for this. All right, this is just printer paper. Yep, very smooth on the printer paper. Where are my Prismacolors? Nope. Well, right here we have Crayola. Let me find a yellow Crayola. What is that? That's pretty yellow. Okay. In Crayola, we've got yellow. So I should probably label these. this is Goldfaber. All right, this is going to be Crayola. Probably yellow is not the best. Well, they're definitely smoother than the Crayolas. Got to work harder at the Crayola. And they have really good pigment payoff. Gosh, I've got you in as far as I can get you, I think. All right, yep, they've got really good color payoff. All right, we tried Crayola. Let's see, what else do we have in this one? Nothing, that's all Crayola. All right, let's try a Brut square. They feel, now that's not as dark a yellow. Maybe this one. Oops. Yeah. They feel pretty darn close to the Brut. There's a difference somehow. What is the difference though? This is G, this is B, B, B. I don't know what the difference is. It's a very slight difference, whatever it is. I have no way of describing it to you. That's G, that's B. Okay. And, all right, so Brut seem about the same. Let's give a Polychromos a try here. Let's try to get a similar color. This is cadmium yellow in Polychromos, which is a sister pencil. Huh. I would say I don't know, they feel about the same as the Polychromos. We have Inktense, we're not going to test that. Alright, let's get the Prismacolor out. This is a very smooth paper, so what will Prismacolor do? Yeah, Prismacolor is the softest, of course. Not a huge surprise there. So I don't know. Let's try another color here. This is, oh, these don't have a name on them. 115. This is kind of an orange, red orangey color. Much easier to see than the other one. So while we have the Prismacolors open, we'll use pale vermilion. Let's see, this is Goldfaber. This will be Prismacolor. Well, I would say the Prismacolor is slightly darker, but I would say the Prismacolors are nicer, of course. Well, did we expect anything less? They're just my favorite. They always hold up so well. All right, so we tried Goldfaber, we tried Prismacolor. Let's go back to, we'll do a Brut. This feels, oh, there's no color names here. This feels Now the Brut Fooner is darker, so it's not really a head-to-head comparison there. We're not getting as good a pigment payoff from the Goldfaber. I feel like I have to work a little harder at the Brut Fooner square. So that's G. B, B. Let's try a Polychromos. 115. Oh yes. I think that Faber Castell has across the spectrum, everything is like the same number and name, which is so nice. All of them should do that. Now, the difference I noticed between Prismacolor and most other colored pencils that I have, the Prismacolors are more opaque. We'll test with a line in a second. I'm going to let that dry. And most other colored pencils are more transparent. So, well, when you go over the line a little bit with a Prismacolor, it kind of blots it out a little bit. You can still see the line, but it, you know, puts a waxy coat over it. Whereas if you go over a line with other kinds of colored pencil, you don't really notice it as much. So in this case, the Polychromos has better, I mean, it's a much more expensive pencil. It has better coverage. I would say it's a bit less transparent, a bit more opaque than the Goldfaber. Let me try the Goldfaber right next to it. Where is that? And it seems I had to work a little less hard with the Polychromos than with the Goldfaber. In a second here, we'll test their smooshability. All right, did I test everything? Yeah, no, I didn't test. Oh my gosh, I didn't test Crayola. Let's find a red, orange. Okay. And Crayola feels like the hardest pencil. Although in laying down pigment, it's doing a little bit better on this particular paper than Goldfaber. So, but it is a little bit darker too. This was Polychromos, this was Goldfaber, this was Crayola. All right, let's switch to some of our coloring books. We'll continue on with different colors here. But on kind of copy paper, which is kind of, it's very smooth copy paper. I don't know what brand, any brand. All right, we're gonna start with an Amazon book first. All right, what's next in our colored pencil here? This is a Carla Magana book. All right, we've got red. Looks like red. And this is 121. Okay. It's a bit crumbly on the Amazon paper. I didn't notice in the other two. Ooh. And it, do you guys see that? And it, when I brushed it with, where are you? Are you in camera? When I brushed it with my brush, it dyed the paper a little bit, stained the paper. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. It's nice and intense. I don't know why it was crumbly. All right, well, I have Crayola open, so we'll get out a red Crayola here. It went down very smooth on the Amazon paper. If it's an Amazon panacea, it would be worth the money. Yep, it went down smoother than the Crayola. Although Crayola does tend to go down pretty smooth on Amazon paper. But there's like 3 or 4 different kinds of Amazon paper. So let's see here. We've got Goldfaber, Crayola. All right, let's try a Brut Fooner. It's definitely better. The Brut Fooner's not as good. And it's crumbly on the Amazon paper. I'd say both the Crayola and the Goldfaber perform a little bit better on this particular Amazon paper than the Brut Fooner. Alright, we will get a... What pencil number is this? 121. Do I have that? Oh, I do. That is Pale Geranium Lake. Okay, the Polychromos is so far not as good as all of these on this particular paper, which is strange, I think. Polychromos. Okay, let's do my beloved Scarlet Lake, maybe. And the Prismacolor leaves the most like little white spaces because it's the softest, so it's not going to smush into the little white spaces. So I would get a blender and just blend it in, and that usually takes care of the Prismacolor on Amazon paper. Let's try it on the Polychromos. I'm sure it would work too. It seemed like it lightened the Polychromos a lot more than it lightened the Prismacolor, but this is a Prismacolor blender, so I guess that's to be expected. So this is Prisma. Now, to be fair, we'll do another color test with something else. I think maybe it went down the best on this particular Amazon paper. Except there's that weird ghosting and smudging of the color. That's not a plus. Okay, let's try another color. Well, there's a purple next to it. We don't want to do the purple next to it. We'll do a totally different color. We'll do blue. This is 120. Very smooth, very buttery. Fills in probably most of the holes. Crayola, it did it again. If you zoom in with your camera there, yeah, that's not good. When I swept it with my brush, it ghosted a little bit right there. That's not a plus. All right, so I've got the Prismacolors open here, so we're going to test a Prismacolor now. I'm never going to find the same blue, so we'll just... Oh, dang. China blue. We'll try China blue. About what I expect from a Prismacolor. I usually just go back over it until all the little holes are filled in, or I get out my blender. It's still softer and more buttery than anything else that we use. All right, we'll go to the nope, this is a Brut Fooner Square. Now, I don't like the way this particular color performs on the paper. It's almost imperceptible, but they do leave a little bit. I mean, it feels smooth and yet it doesn't. We know that there's like, this is what kind of Amazon paper looks like, you know. It's got these weird holes in it, basically. And your stuff either doesn't fall down into the holes or it does. So in the case when you're dusting stuff away, it gets stuck in some of those little crevices. But when you're taking the pencil lead and you're trying to push it into the little crevices, it doesn't go in there. That's kind of the problem with Amazon paper. Not great. Even worse than the Prismacolor, I would say, for the Brut squares. And let's see, this was a number, what did I say it was? It was number 120. Do I have 120? I do. Why is it like a totally different? No, I guess they're the same. When you see it on the whole pencil, the color looks drastically different. This particular color is doing about as well as the Prismacolor did in Polychromos. Okay, and we'll do a Crayola. Oh my goodness. There's a few blues in Crayola here. I have the 120 set, so I don't know. We'll just pick in. We'll go with indigo. No, I changed my mind. We'll go with blue. Okay. Yeah, Crayola, it's fine. The color payout's not as good, although Crayola, for, you know, what Crayola is, it's pretty bright. So here's the Goldfaber against it again. It lays down so nicely. It's a shame that it ghosts. Yep, that one ghosted too. That makes me sad. I don't know what you'd do about that. I don't want ghosty stuff all over my books. All right, we're gonna switch to, we've got World of Flowers here from Joanna Basford. Oh, wait, are there any test pages in World of, there is a test page in World of Flowers. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. We're making a huge mess here. Okay, so up next, I guess we'll do this kind of raspberry purpley color. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Mine's a little bit broken. Just the tiniest little smidge on this one. It's fine though. All right. Yep, we got a whole bunch of smearing with this one. Darn. This is disappointing because I thought I was really going to like these. I'm really glad I only got the 12 set. I got them on clearance at my Walmart, so I did not invest a great deal of money. So I don't know what color is that. Let's just pick something here. We got Jazzberry Jam. Sounds like something out of Willy Wonka. And there's a gazillion pinks in the Crayola set. I probably could have got a better color match, but Crayola goes down fairly nicely on this Joanna Basford paper. It's not as intense color payout, but there's no smudging or smearing. It just kind of glides across it. It's quite nice. Okay. All right, up next would be Brut. Ouch. My Brut are very sharp. This is probably not going to be dark enough, but Brut crumbly in the same way. Probably, I would say the Brut squares are closest to the Goldfabers. But they don't smear Faber Castell, what are you doing? What's going on? All right, let's see if I have that color. That is number 125. We'll see if I have that here. I do. I have that in my limited set here. I have a set of, I don't know, 36 maybe, Polychromos. Polychromos, ooh, very smooth on the Johanna Basford paper. Very nice. I think I might have to try these on the Johanna Basford paper. And they don't smear again. Let's try that again. Let's give it a second chance here. This is the Goldfaber. The Polychromos laid down better. Slicker, easier. These are more crumbly. Let's see if it smears. Yes, it smears. Goldfaber, I'm kind of disappointed. Did we try everything? Oh, Prismacolor. My beloved Prismacolor. All right, we'll use Process Red. They're beautiful on Johanna Basford paper. I'm not sure if those smeared or not. I'm going to go with no, but I want to do a side-by-side test here. Which one's easier on the Johanna Basford paper? That's pretty soft and smooth and nice. But you know, where Prismacolor always wins is in its smooshability. You don't have to work so hard at it. They're both really nice. I'd say we're at a tie. They're just laying them down as a solid color. I'm very sad about the Goldfabers here. All right, let's try another color. I think they're all going to smear. This is 147. It's kind of a sky blue, I guess we'll say. Didn't we already do a blue? It was a darker blue. And yes, we have smearing, smudging. All right, let's find a Prismacolor. We'll do, just best guess here, Blue Lake. Nice and smooth and buttery, as always. All right, we'll do a Brut Square. I'm not taking the time to super color match these. I'm just doing my best guess. Like I say, I think Brut Square is probably the closest to this. And at this point, I would say I'm not going to get the 48 pack because it smears. That's kind of a deal breaker for me. And this is so close to it, and I already have 120 of these or something. So why would I bother? All right, what number? That is 147. Do I have 147? No, I don't have 147. I've got 140, 140. Light ultramarine. Ooh, gosh. Okay, I don't like this one as well as this color down here on the Johanna Basford paper. You can see the holes. Let's be fair and try a different color. All right. Well, it may have just been that color. This one seems nicer. And this is, we haven't even started blending. All right, did we do Prismacolor? No. I think next we'll do a blending test. We'll do the blending test in the Kirby book. This is probably not very close. This is Caribbean Sea. Oh, so easy and buttery. Okay. All right, well, we've done Johanna Basford. Let's try Kirby. This is Kirby's Mythomorphia. Now, if I recall, I thought that I did like a Crayola and a Prismacolor test here. I don't know which is which because I didn't mark it. Can you even see that? Okay. Probably this is Crayola. That's probably Prismacolor. It just looks better. So I'm going to say that's what it is. There's two greens in the thing, so this gives us a good blending. We can do a good blending test here. All right. I'm not sure if the crumbly is because it's like the first time I used it, and they're kind of sharpened to a dangerous point there. They're very smooth though. They blend well, but of course I'm blending as I would a Crayola or a, well, any colored pencil really, but a harder colored pencil, Polychromos. So they blend very well. Do they smush? Let's do a smush test, I guess. I mean, generally I don't just stop my color like that. I lighten and pull the color out, and then I take the next color and I color it and I pull the color in. So I guess the smoosh test would be where we kind of end abruptly and then try to smoosh it into each other. Smoosh test isn't bad on these two colors. Did it smear? I don't see any smearing on this one. This is very smooth paper though. Maybe that has something to do with it. All right, let's do a Prismacolor smush test. Of course, that's going to smush the best. Let's see, maybe spring green and apple green? No. Oh, that's apple green. Let's try grass green here. Where's grass green? Is this grass green? It's too tiny, I don't know. V-E-R-T. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, that's probably grass green. Okay, so even with my Prismacolors, I don't just stop there. I pull the color this way. So I'm not depending on smushability, but the smushability just makes it so nice. Oh, I'm sorry. On this Kirby paper, Prismacolor is it, man. It's the I-Ching. All right, well we'll do a smush. I'll end it abruptly, and we'll see. About the same. All right, let's try some Brut Fooners. Totally guessing at the colors here. That's really light. Okay, let's see what color this is. Yeah, these really feel like a lot like Brut Fooners. I would say if you have the Brut Fooner square, just stick with that. I'm going light here. because I don't think of Brut Fooners as having very good smushability. They have less smushability than the Goldfabers. I can tell already. Okay. Well, I've never tried a Polychromos on this paper, so this was number 166 and 163. Do I have those? I've got 163 and not 166. Oh, no. 163 and what is this? 168. Oh, okay. I guess we'll do that. I'm not crazy about the Polychromos on this particular paper. They're very smooth and buttery. I just don't, I don't know. I don't know why. Okay, let's try Crayola. Now I know Crayola, seems like I did a test on this paper. Well, I did with several different colors. Let's give Crayola a chance. Oh, there's so many greens. What to pick? Good grief. Alright, what color is this? Which one was the... That's not even green. We'll try Shamrock and Forest Green. Okay. Ooh, sorry I hit you. My bad. Alright. Oh yeah, the Crayolas go really nicely on this paper. But you definitely have to layer the Crayolas on the paper. You can't smush them. We'll do a smush test. They're not going to do well though, I can tell. These colors are very close, but there's a pretty distinctive line right there. So no smushability really. Very much you have to layer them, but on this smooth paper, Crayolas do really, really quite well. All right, well, let's see. Let's see what the other colors are here. We'll just do them quick, and then I'll hit them with my brush. We'll see if the only color I didn't test was the white. All right, so we got a brown color. A beautiful brown color. Yes, we have smudging with the brown color. We have a darker brown color. I think the crumbliness is because of the way it was sharpened. They all have like this little, they're like cracked a little bit at the top. Yep, we have transfer of color. This is black. And we have transfer of color. So, even though I got them on clearance for $9, I think they were marked down from like $15 for the 12 pack. I would not, they go down smooth, but if when you dust away, it's just going to make a mess on your paper, that's really not going to work for me. I may even consider, if I can find my receipt, I may consider returning these, sadly. I thought they were going to be super nice. They seemed so nice in the store, but of course I didn't have all my stuff around me. to really give it a true test. So that's the true test with the Goldfaber pencils. Sadly disappointing. I'm sorry. I hoped that this video would go much better, but it did not. All right. I thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time. I hope you have a wonderful day. Live long and prosper. Bye-bye.